Welcome, everyone, to the United Falling Podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about anything, anyone, and any something. I'm your host today, Jason. And who do we have?
This is Andrew.
This is Steven.
And Thomas.
So today's topic is going to be something common to everyone, I hope.
Okay.
And that is fear.
Uh-huh.
What's your greatest fear? But not only that, we're going to talk about how that's changed throughout your life.
Okay.
Because hopefully, like, you're going to have some stuff that you're not afraid of anymore, as well as some new stuff that I know the rest of you guys, are going to be afraid of now. So let's start off with, like right now, like what's your greatest fear? Just tell me.
All right.
All right. Who goes first?
Don't hold back, guys. Don't hold back. Yeah, just go right out of the gate.
Okay. I'll start.
Actually, Steven, let me take a stab at you.
Yeah.
I've known Steven for a long time now. So from what I know about Steven, I don't know if this is his greatest fear, but I know one of his fears is being forgotten.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes.
Oh, that's
so-
obvious. Yeah.
So
Yeah, because that's why he talks so loud.
Yeah,
You won't
Yeah.
forget. You have the ringing in your ear constantly to remind you that he was there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go that much deep into it. Andrew.
My
gonna
greatest fear.
No, I'm gonna try.
Oh, you're gonna go for it.
Oh.
Yeah, go
Ooh,
for
this
it.
is fun.
Let me-
Yeah, I
let me-
like.
Okay,
All right,
go.
Andrew. Let me know if this is in any way accurate. One of your major fears is fear of failure.
Fear of failure. No, I fail a lot. I don't think that's a major fear of mine.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe I'm thinking
I think
more
when I was
about, like,
younger.
yeah.
I think when I was younger, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
maybe-
failed a lot in my life, so I don't think that's a major fear anymore.
Yeah, maybe that was more relevant, like when I first got to know you, like back in college days.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
now that life has thrown all of us through the ringer, I'm sure like we're not as scared of it as we used to be.
Yeah.
Thomas is an interesting one.
Ooh.
Let's see.
I'm
What do I know about Thomas? I know a lot about Thomas, but what does he fear?
I know what Thomas fears.
Oh, I'll let Jason answer first, and then you
Yeah,
answer.
yeah. Let Jason answer first.
Yeah, this is interesting because this is not really something I've thought of a lot until like now.
Okay.
So, Thomas,
Very curious. when you're-
I see your nervous smile, just trying to laugh it off. You are afraid of being vulnerable.
Being
Oh.
vulnerable.
Yeah,
Um.
like Thomas.
Uh-huh.
Thomas is probably a lot better now because life. But back in like our college days / a little bit after that, I don't really remember Thomas really talking, at least to me, about like, like vulnerabilities, like stuff that you're kind of insecure about.
Mm-hmm.
That's because
Maybe
you
half
didn't
and
earn
half.
it yet.
Yeah, maybe not. But based on what I know, that's one of my guesses.
That's actually very well, what's right? That's a very good observation. I think that's you kind of like hit the nail on the head for the most part. Like in the early days, my early days, like the post college days. I guess yeah, because I was was going through a lot of personal stuff, and it was hard for me to be vulnerable at that time. So yeah, actually that's true. Hard for me to share like my soft side because I guess it's just so visible. Um, so it's hard to share to confine it with a lot of people. And I think actually I didn't. It's like I did not want to like avoid sharing my vulnerability with you, Jason, per se. There actually was not really a lot of people out there that knew. Maybe only Steven did, and I think maybe Andrew, maybe like a sliver of
You're
point.
pretty
but-
vulnerable with me. We talked a lot.
Yeah, like I remember like the late days, right? Like the
Yeah.
late college days.
Or even just
Um,
like when I was over at your house like all the time
yeah,
on the
yeah,
weekends.
that was fun.
Yeah, that,
That random house of yours that I had to clean because you refused to clean it.
is that the house with this weird stain in the closet?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
was
the
that?
duplex.
Remember that one? Do you remember that house?
Yeah, the
I remember it.
duplex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was kind of a creepy place.
yeah, definitely,
uh,
definitely.
You should have seen the bathroom before I cleaned it. Because
Yeah,
Thomas like just moved in, and I was staying with him for the weekend,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm not taking a shower in here because it looked like someone got murdered in that tub. There was like
yeah,
weird stains, and it was rust
yeah.
color. It was gross. I
Yeah, I
poured a
had
ton of.
terrible hygiene too then too. So
I think all
yeah,
of us did.
Yeah.
so that being said, I guess I know you were always there, like around my life, Jason. But I guess physically, if you're there around, like, definitely I would have confided, shared my vulnerability with you as well. Um, but nowadays, my fear would be definitely not vulnerability. But it's just more of the future.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it vague at that. So yeah, just my
No,
future.
I totally agree because like times are crazy right now. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah,
I think we're all kind of worried about the future at this point in time.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm yeah, and now that we're older, and we kind of mentioned this earlier about families and stuff, and then Thomas kind of brought it up about like my parents. Yeah, I've started to notice it a lot more, and it is kind of frightening how time moves so quickly
Yeah,
when you're getting older. And yeah, it definitely makes me fear like losing like the adults in my life, you know what I mean?
yep, yep,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
It's scary. Like I know it's totally not the same, but you
yeah,
guys remember Duke? Duke was my
Yeah,
Yeah.
family
love
dog.
that dog.
the
Yeah,
best
Yeah.
dog.
So
he was.
so I looked up, like when he was about like 6 or 7, I was like, starting to think thoughts of like, man, he's kind of he's no longer a puppy. So
Right.
I Google like what is the average lifespan for a golden retriever at 11 years. I'm like, dang, that's actually really soon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like Duke turned 11, he was like still fine. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be like any day now. So I was like trying to mentally prepare myself.
Yeah.
And then he turned 12, then he turned 13. I'm like, is this never gonna happen? So I kind of like try to push it in the back of my mind, but yeah. When it did happen, when he passed, it was like, yeah, no amount of preparation will prepare you for something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was I guess that was like my first taste of that kind of thing.
Mortality, vulnerability.
Yeah, like just dreading, like it's gonna happen. It's just like
Yeah.
a matter of when, and there's like nothing you can do about it. It's like very very scary.
yeah,
Yeah. So should we should we talk about some lighthearted fears?
Okay, yeah, like this is like your deep fear. Like, what are some weird / funny fears that you guys might have?
I got one. I got one. Actually,
Okay.
You would
Jason,
have one.
you saved me actually.
Oh,
So there's a freaking there was a wasp nest right in front of my door, and I freaked. This is like I think a month ago. I freaked, and I was like, Jason, there's a wasp nest in front of my door because he recently told us that he was like eliminating wasps in his yard, and then I was so petrified the whole day. I could not work. All I could think about was that wasp nest. And then I went to buy the spray. I was so scared I couldn't even spray it. I had my mother-in-law spray it for me.
oh, really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I went outside. I was like ready, and then I froze. Like, I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah,
And then I started to think, like, oh my gosh, we're killing all these things that are just trying to live. And then I started feeling guilty.
I mean, I do too. Like when I was getting rid of the nests around our house, I just kept thinking, like, you just had to build it here. You
Yeah.
chose the wrong house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
Um,
Andrew, aren't you afraid of was it spiders or something else?
Yeah, I hate spiders. I can still
Okay.
kill them, and
Oh.
like I'm not like Steven about it. But
Well, how do you know how I
Steven.
kill spiders? Because yeah, I yell.
like I'll just kill things.
yeah.
I think for me I have a bit of that what is it, trypophobia.
Oh,
What's that?
Holes.
With the holes that are close together. It's not like everything. It's like certain things that kind of just creep me out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Have you
Like
seen
the
that one
one-
picture where like the tryptophobic picture of it's like on a girl's knee or somebody's knee?
Oh.
Oh yeah, that one's
Yeah, I
gross.
think so.
Yeah, that's
We don't
like
need to discuss that.
it's grossing Andrew out right now.
It is.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the lotus seed pods?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
those kind of
yeah.
You
took
like
me out
those?
of it.
Oh. Just imagine eyes popping out of all the holes.
Oh man.
I've seen a lot of animes like that.
Yeah.
Like what's that, Berserk?
Yeah, you like that, huh?
No.
I
Wait.
think Evangelion has like that one of the monsters, right? Or that the angel god on the cross has like a little bunch of little eyeballs in one of the
yeah,
one
I
of the
think
movies.
I remember something like that.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, I'll do me. Actually, this one I just thought of. Actually, it's kind of gross, but funny at the same time, and embarrassing on my half.
That would
But-
be perfect for you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just say it. So one of my fears. I know everybody does it. They don't say it out loud, but you know they fart in public, right? So.
Oh yeah.
So my fear is like I love wearing shorts because it's always hot outside most of the time. So and my fear is like I'm walking around outside, you know, like farting whenever I can when there's not too many people. And one day I have this really bad hard fart that's like stuck deep inside me where I push it out, but I push out so hard like an actual doo-doo like falls out of my shorts because I wear pretty big shorts. I'm like, I looked at it, I'm like, oh no, a dookie on my shoe.
Do you wear like boxers briefs or boxers or what?
Yeah, so I wear boxer briefs and like those compression short things.
And so you have two layers.
No, I have like two types. So sometimes I
Oh,
wear
okay.
boxers, sometimes I wear the compression ones.
Well, if you wear compression, I guess the liquid part will come out. But
Yeah,
Well-
so
It'll
dripping down my
compress back
legs.
into your butt.
That's true.
Well,
So that's a fear.
it would be really funny if you shot it out and it was just solid. You know, it just like hits the floor. Yeah. And there's like no stain on your pants at all. It's
That would be cool. That would be convenient if that were to ever happen. Kind of like a mouse,
Yeah.
mouse poop, like a little pellet goes. Boop. They just like
Yeah.
leave a little trash beep, 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 on the side of the road. That's a fear.
yeah, I think I have that fear. I have more specifically is like my stomach starts feeling like
yeah.
really bad, and then
Yeah.
like when I gotta go, like my body will just go. Like it won't wait for me.
Yeah.
Like my fear is like there's no bathroom around. I have to like just deal
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh.
had to do that a couple times.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know, you just reminded me, Jason. There's a fear that I think about a lot, actually, on a regular basis. So, whenever I work out, like it's either a run or a cycling. So, this actually, I've gotten so many close calls, So my biggest fear is like, I go out, I go run, or I go cycle, but then my stomach, like I get starting to get a stomach ache, and then I have like this diarrhea sensation. And if I'm in a situation where I'm really far away from a restroom or a public restroom where I can't like drop a deuce, that I poop in my pants. Oh, you know what? Actually, that did happen. I forgot.
It did or it almost happened.
Huh?
It did happen or
Yeah,
almost
actually, I
happened?
forgot. It did happen to me.
What'd you do? You just like
So-
duck into some bushes?
Yeah, okay, let me tell you about that story. So,
Oh,
give you
yeah,
about
okay.
this story. So this actually literally happened 2 months ago or 3 months ago, I forget. But basically, fortunately, it was like 9 o'clock at night. It was dark. I didn't time my eating well. So I was like running, and I was running on the way back, but I had like another like mile to go, and I was like in the neighborhood. So I was like, oh no, this is not good, because I hear this, in your stomach. So I was like, oh, I know this is not good news. And when that happens, like even if I sprinted, I still wouldn't be able to make it to the toilet. So
Mhm.
I was actually on like one of those public trails. So fortunately, there's like trees and bushes and stuff. So I like jump over a set of bushes and like aim my buttocks against the wall and just like kablam right into the wall. So
Wow.
it's like it just
Hey.
like splatted right on the edge of the corner. And I was like, oh my gosh. And fortunately, it was like fast and quick and not dirty. And I had to use like the leaves around me to wipe my butt.
Ooh, that must
Yeah.
have hurt.
Yeah,
Ugh.
actually, that stomach ache hurt more than the leaf in my butt.
Oh.
So,
You even
Yeah.
got some really soft leaves then.
yeah, fortunately, it wasn't poison ivy or anything.
It's
but
poison.
That would be hilarious if it was poison ivy.
Oh man.
that would have been
Uh,
a double whammy. The worst part was like I was thinking in my head, man, I swear, there better not be somebody going by me, right?
Yeah.
So after I drop a deuce, in a distance, I see some person coming up closer on a bicycle, like
Uh-huh.
pedaling, and I was like, "Holy!" So I like hide behind like a bush, like in the corner of right behind a tree, trying to hide myself with my pants down. So yeah, so that happened.
Oh.
Yeah, so yeah, I forgot. So I did drop a deuce in public. So
Gotcha. So let's kind of shift gears a little bit.
No, I want
know
more
we-
of these poop stories.
Well, we might get on more of those with my new question.
Okay.
Like we kind of touched on it, but what are some fears that you're kind of not afraid of anymore that you really were sensitive to, like when you were younger?
Okay, I have one. Vampires. So
Oh,
no, I'm being
no,
serious.
same here actually.
I'm being
Really?
serious. Up
Yeah, you
till
go
even
first.
college, even up till college, I always had my blanket up to my neck because I'm like, oh man, they're gonna come get me soon.
wait, so you're saying you actually believe vampires are real? All the way
Yeah.
up to college?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
Vampires are real.
Huh?
What?
Vampires are real.
No. Okay.
I'm
I
delusional.
feel like I've told this story, but I went to a Comic-Con with my cousin, and there, you know how Comic-Con has like a lot of panels and stuff, right? And one of those panels we went into, and like my cousin just wanted to go in there because he wanted a place to sit, because Comic-Con, you're always walking and stuff. And we're sitting and we're listening to this conversation, and it turned out we went to a panel about vampires, and then everyone in there was dressed in black and everything, and they're all talking about like, yeah, the vampire economy is booming right now. They're they don't do human blood anymore because they found out cow blood is a great substitute. And me and my cousin were like, what the fuck is going on, right? And then I had extra fear because I'm already scared of vampires, so I'm already like, okay, we should get out of here. So yeah, that definitely added to it. And then I think I was afraid of It, the clown.
Oh yes.
Good movie.
Yeah, so because of that, I was a little afraid of clowns, but I was never afraid of the Joker, which I thought is weird because Joker's
Well, because you knew Batman would protect you from the Joker. So.
yeah, right. There you go.
True.
And I think those are the big. Oh, and then I don't know about you guys, but like exorcism.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah,
possession.
Thomas knows this, but like we watched Exorcism of Emily Rose. You
Yeah.
guys remember
Great
this?
movie, by the way.
Wait, that was in college.
Yeah, it was a really good movie.
Yeah,
But
it was.
this one thing stuck with me. 3 a.m. is the witching hour. So in college, I would always wake up at 3 a.m. and then I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah. I remember you
Yeah.
talking about it, yeah.
So I think those are my main three that I've kind of grown out of. I'm still a little afraid of exorcisms and stuff because that's on like a spiritual level. So it's hard for me to say about that. But like, vampires I'm not as scared of, and I'm not as scared of.
Cool. All right, I'll go next because I have some very similar things. So I was actually afraid of vampires too, but I remember a phase when I was really into like aliens and UFOs.
Uh-huh.
I would go to the library and like do all this research because
Yeah.
I like saw something that I couldn't really identify. It was probably a plane, but I was like, that's a UFO. So I like go to the library, read up all there is on UFOs, and like read all of these really scary abduction stories.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then I remember my first incident was sleep paralysis.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
so
sucks.
it's
I hate
kind
sleep
of like
paralysis.
you're still dreaming a little bit, but your mind is awake enough
Yeah.
to like be aware that you can't really move.
Yeah.
I hate it.
So yeah, like the first instant I had it, I was like dreaming. There was like some big purple spaceship outside or something.
What?
Okay.
No, I distinctly remember it was like a purple staircase shaped spaceship. It was
Okay.
weird. Yeah.
So specific, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling
Is
you.
it
like,
round?
No, it was like a staircase thing, like a big old, kind of like a half pyramid thing.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
okay.
weird. Andrew, you had like a authentic UFO sighting or something, right?
Yeah.
Like
So
totally
yeah,
authentic?
so I'll go next. Like that UFO thing still actually even to this day I still kind of get freaked out.
Uh-huh.
So like I still sleep with my closet door closed actually.
Wait, what?
Wait,
So
tell us all about it.
yeah, so when I was like in elementary school, we were at a friend's house. They're having Bible study. Like the adults were having Bible study. I was outside with the kids, and we were playing on the trampoline that my friend had in her backyard.
Uh-huh.
And so all the other kids went inside. It was kind of late at night, and she and I were just kind of laying on the trampoline, just talking.
Yeah.
And then we saw like this kind of bluish green light in the sky, and it like circled around us, and then it like shot off like out into space, right?
Uh-huh.
And we both freaked out. Like we ran inside. We were like screaming, like ah! And then our parents came, like, "What's wrong?" We're like, "We just saw a UFO." And they're like, "No, you didn't see a UFO."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So we were kind of freaked out. And then the next night, so that was a Friday night. So the next night, it was around like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I had a little TV in my room at the time. I was watching American Gladiators, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
I heard something at my closet door.
Oh no.
And so I looked over and I saw the doorknob turn on my closet door and started to open. So I freaked out and I ran and I got my parents. And my parents were like, "Oh, it's okay." And they like walked me back to my room, and the closet door was open. And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm not sleeping in here." So with my parents that night. That was like Saturday night. So then Sunday's church. So I went and found my friend, and I was like super panicked to like talk to her. And she came up to me first. And she's like, "You won't believe what happened." I was like, "What happened?" She goes, "Last night my closet doors flew open." And so for me, like I was like, the same thing happened to me. My closet door opened, and like we were just both really freaked out. And so after that, like I've always just slept with my closet door closed if possible. And honestly, it makes no sense, right? Like, how would an alien get into my closet and like track me to my
Poltergeist.
house from her house?
Out
That
of
kind
all
of stuff.
places, why the closet?
Yeah. So it just
I
I
think it's a
don't really
message
know
to
to
you.
this day like what happened, but it was just kind of a freaky incident. And so yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
always was afraid to have the closet door open when I was sleeping just because of that. And even to this day, I still
Actually, that reminds me of another closet door incident that I had. I was pretty young, but I think I was still like afraid of things in my closet coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So like for some reason, I had the closet not fully closed, but it was like kind of like almost closed, where the lock was not engaged.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like doing something, then like, and my parents were downstairs, and then all of a sudden there's like this gust, and then the closet door just starts swinging open. I like freak out.
Whoa.
I think I like look and grab like some like thing nearby to like throw at it.
Uh-huh.
But then thinking back, it's probably my parents probably opened a door downstairs.
Oh,
Like the air pressure difference
pressure.
kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
kind of like affected it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like the air conditioning. Sometimes when it's really close to closing, the air conditioning will suck it.
Yeah. So like at my current house, if I have the windows open and then I close a door,
Uh-huh.
it feels like very different. Like it almost slams shut by itself.
Yeah.
Whereas when you have all the windows closed, it feels, I guess, more normal.
Yeah.
But Andrew, I do have a really quick question about the closet thing.
Yeah.
Did that purple light show around the closet door?
No.
Okay, then it's not the same story.
Why was there a purple light?
Because the didn't you say it was like the purple like
It was
UFO?
blue and green.
It says bluish green. You're not paying attention to the story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I normally don't. So was there a bluish green around your closet door?
No, why would there be one?
Well, then it's not an alien, you idiot.
No one said the alien themselves is gonna glow bluish green. It's the
Yeah,
ship.
they have remnant radiation from like entering the atmosphere. That's a given.
You know nothing about sci-fi, do you?
All right, Thomas. I think it's your turn.
All right. Let's see. Mine was. Well, there's two ways I was gonna tell. Two fears I could share.
Okay.
Does
Okay,
the other
here's-
one involve pooping?
No, not this time.
They all
All of them were pooping something. No. So one of them was actually one of my big fear. Like as a teenager in high school, I like literally thought my mom was going to murder me in my sleep.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
I would
Okay.
be so
Yeah.
scared at sometimes at night. You know.
Wait, so what is some background on that?
I mean, she was just like a tiger mom, and she was like super angry. You know, just like a classic tiger, I guess, Korean mom. You know, really hard and strict. But I don't know. I mean, she didn't do anything like psychotic, but it's just I had this weird like polarizing fear. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna murder me because I got a flunked a test or something, or I didn't get first chair in violin or something. So just having these
I see.
unrealistic expectations and my incredibly raging hormones of drama, sense imagination. So like for a
It's okay.
bit,
If you don't get first chair, just blame racism. That's what I did.
when all like the next 9 chairs are Asians.
No, for me, so like I did baritone in
Uh-huh.
orchestra,
Oh, okay.
and the one white kid, because it was like me and like a Hispanic kid, but like the one white kid was always first chair, and so like if you miss like a chair test, you're automatically like bumped down to last chair, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the kid missed class, and our band teacher refused to do the chair test until he came back so he could be first chair.
Oh.
Wow.
And I was like, really?
That's ridiculous.
So I was always second chair. It really like pissed me off.
Oh yeah, no,
So
mine.
what's baritone? Like you sang in an
The
orchestra?
euphonium.
Oh.
It's like a small tuba.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
What a loser. Who blows a euphorium?
Euphonium. Dude, you really need to learn to
Euphonium.
listen.
You said euphoric.
Dude, and you're the musical one. Like, what's wrong with you? You're the one that's like into all that classical crap.
All right. Okay.
Sending me all the Spotify tracks.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
I love
you
that score. It's so amazing.
Sets the mood, man.
This movie
Yeah,
sucked, but
man.
the score was so good.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You know you
Yeah.
love it.
You know, our orchestra though, like in our school, it was just like literally. So, for those of you in the audience and in orchestra, there's like a first violin, second violin, and maybe there's a third violin if it's a big enough, and then viola, cello, so on and so forth. But like the first and second, basically all of the first violin and the second violin section were basically all Asians. So. The race car would have never worked for me. I would have just been like, "You suck. Like, you deserve to be in the back," you know. So
No, you could dive deeper into the race. Like, no, mom, it's racist because all the Chinese people are in first.
I'm the only Korean in there.
Yeah.
I'm only a Korean kid. Well, actually,
You
that's
know
not even
how
true.
hard-
There were like 6 or 7 like Korean kids, and they were good. They were really good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
You're
know?
right. You're right. Yeah.
That's what you
Jay-
get for being the worst Korean.
yeah, I clearly was the worst Korean there. You know? You know, I blame it on my what do you call that? The OCD? No, what is that thing? ADHD.
Yeah.
ADHD, yeah. ADHD has ruined my life. Not really. but
Has
yeah.
it though? Has it?
No, it actually worked beneficially for me in a lot of ways later in my life. Not in my early
Yeah.
days. Got a lot of
Wait,
whooping
Thomas,
for my early days. Uh-huh.
Have you been diagnosed?
No. I just
Self-diagnosed and
myself.
self-medicated.
Wait, what?
Self-medicated.
Yeah, self-medicated.
Oh,
Yeah. You know, honestly, I actually want to diagnose.
self-medicated.
Legitimate. No, I want to
Huh?
actually take an actual diagnosis if I actually have ADHD.
Can they, like, it's not an age thing, right? Like, it just stays with you, or how does it work? I don't even know.
Yeah, I've
I
been.
mean, it should stay with you. It's not like something that
Right.
goes away, but
Like,
usually you learn to manage that stuff as you get older.
Yeah, that's what I read
Yeah.
too. Like, you just learn to control it as an adult. But yeah.
wait. So Thomas, sorry. So okay, you said you had maybe 2. Did you have another one as well?
Oh yeah. Another one was a boring one. The other one was where it's about exorcism. So like, you know, sleeping at night, like in top corners of the ceiling.
Oh.
Like I'd imagine like the girl standing on the corner just like looking at me. And
Yeah.
just, like, yeah. So so for me, I'd always have to cover my feet with the blanket.
Oh,
Like I cannot like let my feet dangle out of my blanket because I feel like,
Huh.
you know, the exorcist thing will like chop my
Tickle
feet off
you?
or something.
Oh.
You know?
It'll come for your foot.
Yeah. It's weird.
Thomas,
I
I've
don't,
seen your feet. No one wants those things.
I've smelled your feet. Yeah,
You
nobody.
like, use and abuse them with all the running and cycling and swimming you do. No one wants them. They're okay.
yeah.
Like Thomas
No.
Thomas would put his feet like right next to the air conditioning in my car, and I'd just be like, "No, this is terrible."
Yeah, when we're going up to like NorCal on the long drive, 8-hour drive.
Yeah.
The fun.
Dude,
Yeah.
you would exercise the demon. Just
Yeah.
be like,
He would exercise the goes back to hell. I was like, oh my god, how is this guy human?
this is not worth it. I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm out.
Did I ever tell you about that bus trip I took once?
No.
No.
So my freshman year at Baylor, we took a bus trip to Colorado to go skiing for spring break.
Okay.
And so this one, it was like a 24-hour bus ride there and back, and then 24 hours back. So it was a long bus ride.
Mhm.
Anyways, so at one point we were all like kind of cramped in there, and this dude had his like feet up on the window, and so he was just riding up like that for a while.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then he eventually got off the bus, and my friend and I like went over to where he was sitting before,
Uh-huh.
and she put her head on the window, and she could still
Ew.
smell his feet smell there. And she's like, "Nope, nope."
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Yeah, when it
was
smells,
gross.
you know, like that person doesn't scrub their feet. Like, so,
And when that smell lingers even after you're gone, that's even worse.
Oh,
yeah, for sure, yeah.
gosh.
especially when you have callous feet. For some reason, like the callousness of the skin just like soaks in all the stinkiness. I don't know why. Yeah, it's terrible.
It's because it has like it probably has like little holes in it.
Yeah, it's like
like-
extra porous.
Yeah. It's dry, but it's porous. So like
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah,
And
Okay, doctor.
anyways,
yeah.
Hey, Jason, what's next?
Are we about time? You have a hard stop at 8. 8, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I got to sign off at 8.
go.
Steven screwed up, so now we're gonna say bye this way.
Yeah.
All right, later, Thomas.
Well, thanks everyone for joining. I sure had a lot of fun learning about everyone's fears and childhoods.
And wasting the last 20 minutes of not being recorded about what we talked about.
Yeah. Well, you know, mistakes happen. Maybe that's another one of your fears, making mistakes. But anyways, thanks for joining us tonight, and catch us on the next one. Take care.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
See ya.